As I stepped off the military transport, my heart raced with anticipation. It had been months since I last saw my beloved wife, Emma. The thought of embracing her again filled me with a warmth that surpassed even the scorching desert sun I left behind. The moment I set foot on American soil, I was consumed by a whirlwind of emotions. The sight of families reuniting, soldiers hugging their loved ones, and children waving flags filled me with a sense of pride and longing. But amidst the sea of joyful faces, I searched desperately for Emma's familiar smile. Finally, I spotted her, standing near the edge of the crowd, her eyes scanning the faces of the returning soldiers. A surge of relief washed over me as our eyes met, and I quickened my pace, eager to hold her in my arms once more. The moment our embrace enveloped us, it was as if time stood still. Her touch, her scent, her presence, everything felt so achingly familiar, and yet so tantalizingly new. For a moment the world faded away, leaving only the two of us locked in a tender embrace. But as we pulled away, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Emma's eyes darted away, a flicker of guilt crossing her features before she masked it with a smile. Was it just my imagination, or was there something she wasn't telling me? Suppressing my unease, I brushed it off as the product of months spent in a war zone. Surely I was just being paranoid. After all, Emma had been my rock throughout my deployment, sending me care packages and heartfelt letters that kept me going during the darkest days. As we drove home, the familiar sights and sounds of our neighborhood washed over me, filling me with a sense of belonging I hadn't realized I'd missed. But beneath the surface, a seed of doubt had been planted, its roots burrowing deep into the recesses of my mind. Little did I know that the homecoming I had longed for would soon unravel into a nightmare of betrayal and deceit. In the days following my return, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Emma's behavior seemed increasingly erratic, her smiles forced, and her laughter hollow. Try as I might to ignore it, the nagging sense of unease refused to be silenced. It was late one evening when I stumbled upon the first clue, a stray text message on Emma's phone from someone named Ryan. At first, I dismissed it as a harmless acquaintance, but as I scrolled through their exchange, my blood ran cold. The messages were intimate, filled with words of affection and longing. My hands trembled as I read each damning word, my mind struggling to comprehend the betrayal unfolding before me. How could Emma do this to me, to us? Determined to uncover the truth, I delved deeper into Emma's secrets, scouring her phone and computer for any shred of evidence. What I discovered shattered my world beyond repair. Hidden in a folder buried deep within her email account were photographs. Photographs of Emma with another man, their smiles radiant, and their bodies entwined in a lover's embrace. I stared at the images in disbelief, unable to reconcile the woman I loved with the stranger captured in those damning snapshots. As the truth sank in, a tidal wave of emotions crashed over me. Anger, betrayal, heartache. How could Emma have betrayed me so callously, deceiving me with lies and deceit? And who was this Ryan, the man who had stolen my wife's heart while I was fighting for our country? With each revelation, the walls of our marriage crumbled around me, leaving nothing but a hollow shell of the life we once shared. Gone was the laughter, the love, the trust that had bound us together. In its place stood a gaping chasm of emptiness, a void that threatened to consume me whole. As I confronted Emma with the evidence of her infidelity, her tears and apologies fell on deaf ears. The woman I once knew was a stranger, her betrayal an indelible stain on the fabric of our marriage. And so, with a heavy heart and a soul weighed down by grief, I faced the harsh reality of my shattered dreams, a homecoming tarnished by lies, and a love lost to the winds of betrayal. In the wake of Emma's betrayal, my world had been reduced to a landscape of pain and disillusionment. Every corner of our home held memories tainted by her infidelity, each reminder a dagger to the heart. As the days turned into weeks, I found myself grappling with a myriad of emotions, anger, sorrow, and a profound sense of loss. How could the woman I loved have deceived me so completely, forsaking our vows for the fleeting embrace of another man? Despite my best efforts to move forward, the specter of Emma's betrayal loomed large over our once happy home. Every whispered conversation and every furtive glance only served to deepen the rift between us, widening the chasm that now divided our hearts. And yet, amidst the pain and turmoil, a glimmer of hope began to emerge, a beacon of light in the darkness of my despair. For in the depths of my anguish, I found strength I never knew I possessed, a resilience born of adversity, tempered by the fires of betrayal. With newfound determination, I resolved to confront the harsh reality of my situation head-on. No longer would I allow myself to be shackled by the chains of betrayal, nor would I succumb to the bitterness that threatened to consume me whole. And so, with a heavy heart and a steely resolve, I decided to walk away, to leave behind the shattered remnants of my marriage and forge a new path forward, untainted by the ghosts of the past. Though the road ahead would be fraught with uncertainty, I knew that I could no longer cling to the shattered fragments of a love that had long since withered and died. For in the ashes of my broken dreams, I would find the strength to rise anew, to rebuild, to reinvent, to reclaim the life that had been stolen from me. And so, with one final glance back at the wreckage of my former life, I stepped boldly into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever the future held in store. For though the scars of betrayal may never fully heal, I refuse to let them define me, to let them rob me of the chance to find true happiness once more. In the aftermath of my shattered marriage, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery, a quest to find meaning amidst the wreckage of my broken dreams. With each passing day, I found solace in the embrace of friends and family who stood by me unwaveringly, offering their support and encouragement as I navigated the turbulent waters of my new reality. Yet amidst the chaos of my emotions, a nagging question lingered in the recesses of my mind. What had driven Emma to betray me so callously? And who was this mysterious Ryan who had stolen her heart? Determined to uncover the truth, I embarked on a journey of investigation, delving deep into the shadows of Emma's past in search of answers. What I discovered shook me to the core, revealing a web of lies and deceit that stretched far beyond the confines of our marriage. As I pieced together the fragments of Emma's betrayal, a startling revelation emerged, one that would forever alter the course of my life. For hidden amidst the wreckage of our shattered love was a secret so profound, so unimaginable, that it threatened to tear apart everything I held dear. It was during one fateful encounter with an old acquaintance that I learned the truth, that Ryan, the man who had stolen Emma's heart, was not just a stranger, but a former lover from her past. And as the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, I realized with a sinking heart that the child she carried was not my own, but his. In the face of such betrayal, I was consumed by a maelstrom of conflicting emotions, anger, disbelief, and a profound sense of loss. Yet amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged, a chance for redemption, for healing, for a new beginning. With newfound clarity, I confronted Emma one final time, demanding answers to the questions that had haunted me for so long. And as she confessed the truth, her tears mingling with mine, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders, a burden of betrayal and deceit that I could finally lay to rest. In the wake of our final reckoning, I decided to walk away, not out of anger or resentment, but out of a deep-seated desire to reclaim my sense of self-worth, to forge a new path forward untainted by the shadows of my past. And as I stepped into the unknown, guided by the light of redemption, I knew that though the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, I would face them head-on, armed with the knowledge that I had emerged from the darkness stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. In the aftermath of Emma's confession and my decision to walk away, I found myself adrift in a sea of uncertainty, grappling with the aftermath of betrayal and the weight of unfulfilled dreams. Yet amidst the wreckage of my shattered marriage, a glimmer of hope emerged, a chance for redemption, for healing, for a new beginning. With each passing day, I took tentative steps forward, guided by the light of self-discovery and the unwavering support of those who stood by me in my darkest hour. Though the road ahead was fraught with challenges, I refused to be defined by the scars of my past, determined instead to embrace the future with an open heart and a renewed sense of purpose. As I immersed myself in the healing process, I found solace in the simple pleasures of everyday life, the laughter of friends, the beauty of nature, and the comforting embrace of solitude. And with each moment of quiet reflection, I felt the wounds of betrayal begin to heal, replaced by a newfound sense of peace and acceptance. Yet amidst the chaos of rebuilding my life, a chance encounter would forever alter the course of my journey. It was during a routine visit to the local coffee shop that I met her, a woman whose warmth and kindness captivated me from the moment our eyes met. In her, I found a kindred spirit, a soulmate whose presence filled the void left by Emma's betrayal, and whose love breathed new life into my wounded heart. Together, we embarked on a journey of healing and self-discovery, navigating the highs and lows of life's unpredictable twists and turns with unwavering faith and determination. As our love blossomed and grew, I found myself embracing the future with renewed optimism and a sense of hope I thought I'd lost forever. For in her, I discovered the true meaning of redemption, the ability to rise from the ashes of my past, stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. And as we walked hand in hand into the sunset, I knew that though the scars of betrayal would always linger, they would never define me. For in the embrace of love, I found the courage to let go of the past and embrace the future with open arms, ready to write the next chapter of my story, one filled with hope, healing, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. As time went by, our bond deepened, like roots intertwining in the rich soil of shared experiences. We found joy in the simplest of moments, a shared laugh over morning coffee, a quiet evening spent lost in each other's thoughts, a gentle touch that spoke volumes without a single word. Together, we weathered life's storms, drawing strength from our love and the unwavering belief that no challenge was too great to overcome. And with each obstacle we faced, we emerged stronger and more resilient, our bond forged in the fires of adversity. As we looked towards the future, our hearts filled with hope and anticipation, we knew that whatever trials lay ahead, we would face them together, hand in hand, hearts entwined. For in each other, we found not only love, but also a beacon of light guiding us through life's darkest moments. And so, as we stood on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, we did so with heads held high and hearts full of promise. For in embracing the future, we had found not only redemption, but also the truest expression of love, a love that knows no bounds and transcends the deepest of scars. With each passing day, the wounds of betrayal began to heal, and I found myself embracing life with a newfound sense of purpose and optimism. Yet amidst the hustle and bustle of rebuilding my life, one final task remained, a journey to find closure, to confront the ghosts of my past and lay them to rest once and for all. And so, armed with courage and determination, I embarked on a pilgrimage to the places that held significance in my relationship with Emma, a journey of reflection and reconciliation, guided by the wisdom of experience and the promise of redemption. My first stop was the house we once called home, a place filled with memories both bitter and sweet, where echoes of laughter and tears still lingered in the air. As I stood on the threshold, a wave of nostalgia washed over me, mingling with the bittersweet ache of lost love. Yet amidst the melancholy, I found solace in the knowledge that the pain of the past no longer held sway over me. For in the crucible of betrayal, I had emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with unwavering faith and determination. Next, I visited the places where Emma and I had once shared moments of joy and intimacy. A stroll through the park where we'd walked hand in hand, a visit to the cafe where we'd shared our hopes and dreams over steaming cups of coffee. With each step, I felt the weight of the past lifting from my shoulders, replaced by a sense of peace and acceptance that filled me with renewed hope for the future. In letting go of the pain and resentment that had once consumed me, I found the freedom to embrace the present with open arms, ready to write the next chapter of my story on my terms. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, I stood at the water's edge and watched as the waves crashed against the shore, a reminder of the ebb and flow of life's ever-changing tide. At that moment, I knew that though the journey had been long and arduous, it had led me to a place of healing and renewal, a place where the scars of betrayal had faded into the background, replaced by the promise of a brighter tomorrow. With a sense of closure and peace in my heart, I turned my gaze toward the horizon, ready to embrace whatever adventures lay ahead with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to conquer even the deepest wounds of the past. As I journeyed onward, I found myself reflecting on the lessons learned and the growth experienced throughout my quest for closure. Each moment of introspection brought new insights and a deeper understanding of myself, allowing me to shed the shackles of the past and step boldly into the future. Along the way, I encountered others who shared similar struggles, their stories intertwining with mine to form a tapestry of resilience and hope. Together, we found solace in our shared humanity, drawing strength from each other as we navigated the twists and turns of our respective journeys. And as I reached the final destination of my pilgrimage, I was met not with an end, but rather a new beginning, a chance to start afresh, unburdened by the weight of regret and resentment. For in finding closure, I had unlocked the door to endless possibilities, ready to explore the boundless horizons of what lay ahead. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit renewed, I set forth on the path ahead, guided by the light of the newfound purpose and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. And though the road may be long and winding, I journeyed forth with the unwavering belief that with each step taken, I was moving closer to the truest expression of myself, a soul liberated from the shadows of the past, ready to embrace the fullness of life's infinite potential. As the chapter of my past drew to a close, I found myself standing on the threshold of a new beginning, a blank canvas upon which to paint the vibrant tapestry of my future. With each passing day, I felt the weight of the past growing lighter, replaced by a sense of excitement and anticipation for the adventures that lay ahead. Armed with the lessons learned from my journey of self-discovery, I set out to embrace life with a renewed sense of purpose and passion. No longer bound by the chains of betrayal, I was free to chart my course, guided by the light of hope and the promise of redemption. With each sunrise, I greeted the day with a sense of gratitude and optimism, eager to seize the opportunities that awaited me with open arms. Whether it was pursuing a new career path, exploring new hobbies and interests, or simply savoring the simple joys of everyday life, I embraced each moment with a sense of wonder and excitement. And amidst the chaos of life's ever-changing tide, I found solace in the company of loved ones who stood by me through thick and thin, offering their support and encouragement as I navigated the uncharted waters of my new reality. Together, we laughed, we cried, and we celebrated the triumphs and tribulations that made life worth living. But perhaps the greatest gift of all was the love that blossomed unexpectedly in the most unexpected of places. A love that filled the empty spaces left behind by Emma's betrayal and healed the wounds of the past with a warmth and tenderness that I never thought possible. With her by my side, I embarked on a journey of love and companionship, a journey that transcended the boundaries of time and space and forged a bond that would withstand even the fiercest storms. For in her, I found a kindred spirit, a soulmate whose presence illuminated the darkest corners of my heart with a light that burned bright and true. As we walked hand in hand into the sunset, I knew that though the road ahead would be filled with challenges and obstacles, we would face them together with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to conquer all. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbroken, I embraced the future with open arms, ready to write the next chapter of my story, a chapter filled with promise, possibility, and the endless potential of new beginnings. As I ventured forth into this new chapter of my life, I found myself drawn to explore avenues of personal growth and self-discovery that I had never before considered. With each step I took outside my comfort zone, I discovered hidden strengths and talents that lay dormant within me, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. Whether it was enrolling in a challenging course, taking up a new hobby, or traveling to unfamiliar destinations, I embraced these opportunities for growth with a sense of excitement and determination. And with each new experience, I found myself evolving into a version of myself that I had only ever dreamed of becoming. But amidst the exhilaration of self-discovery, there were moments of doubt and uncertainty, moments when I questioned whether I had what it took to succeed and whether I was truly deserving of the happiness that awaited me. Yet in those moments, I reminded myself of how far I had come, of the obstacles I had overcome, and the resilience I had shown in the face of adversity. And with that knowledge came a newfound sense of confidence, a belief in myself and my ability to navigate whatever challenges lay ahead with grace and resilience. For I had learned that true strength comes not from the absence of fear, but from the courage to face it head-on, to embrace the unknown with an open heart and an unwavering spirit. As I continued on my journey of self-discovery, I found myself surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals who shared my passion for growth and exploration. Together, we encouraged and uplifted one another, celebrating each other's victories and offering support in times of need. In their presence, I found inspiration and encouragement to pursue my dreams with unwavering determination, to reach for the stars, and never settle for anything less than my heart's deepest desires. For in the embrace of new beginnings, I found the courage to redefine myself on my terms, to create a life filled with purpose, passion, and limitless possibility. And so, as I stand on the threshold of this new chapter in my life, I do so with a sense of excitement and anticipation, eager to see where this journey will take me and the adventures that await just beyond the horizon. For in the tapestry of new beginnings, I have found the threads of my destiny woven with infinite potential, ready to be unraveled and explored with every step I take forward. As I look back on the journey that had brought me to this moment, I couldn't help but marvel at the twists and turns of fate that had shaped my path. From the depths of despair to the heights of redemption, each chapter of my story had woven together to create a tapestry of resilience, strength, and unwavering determination. With each passing day, I found myself reflecting on the lessons learned and the wisdom gained from my experiences. I embraced the challenges that had once seemed insurmountable, recognizing them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. In the quiet moments of solitude, I sought solace in the beauty of nature, finding peace in the gentle rhythm of the waves and the whisper of the wind through the trees. It was here, amidst the tranquil embrace of the natural world, that I found clarity and perspective, allowing me to see the bigger picture and appreciate the beauty of life's infinite possibilities. Yet amidst the reflections, there were moments of sadness and regret, a longing for the innocence of youth, the dreams left unfulfilled, the love lost to the winds of time. But even in the face of adversity, I refused to dwell on the past, choosing instead to focus on the present moment and the promise of tomorrow. With each sunrise, I greeted the day with a renewed sense of purpose and passion, eager to seize the opportunities that lay ahead with open arms. I embraced the gift of life with gratitude and humility, cherishing each moment as a precious treasure to be savored and enjoyed. As I looked to the future with hope and optimism, I knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, I would face them with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to conquer all. For in the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, a journey filled with adventure, discovery, and the endless possibilities of the human spirit. Amid my reflections, I found myself drawn to the memories of those who had touched my life along the way. From mentors who had offered guidance and support, to friends who had stood by me through thick and thin, each person had left an indelible mark on my heart, shaping the person I had become. I recalled the moments of laughter shared with loved ones, the tears shed in times of sorrow, and the countless conversations that illuminated my path with wisdom and insight. And though some had come and gone, their presence lingered like a gentle breeze, reminding me of the interconnectedness of all things and the profound impact we have on one another's lives. As I continued to reflect on the journey that lay behind me, I realized that every setback, every triumph, every moment of joy and sorrow had been a stepping stone on the path to self-discovery. Each experience had shaped me in ways I could never have imagined, molding me into the person I was meant to be. And so, as I stood on the threshold of a new chapter in my life, I carried with me the lessons of the past, the strength gained from overcoming adversity, the wisdom gleaned from life's trials and tribulations, and the enduring power of love to heal even the deepest wounds of the soul. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit renewed, I embraced the future with open arms, ready to embark on the next leg of my journey with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the limitless potential of the human spirit. As I stood at the crossroads of my life, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude wash over me, a deep and abiding appreciation for the journey that had brought me to this moment. From the darkest depths of despair to the radiant heights of redemption, every twist and turn of my path had been illuminated by the light of hope and the power of resilience. With each passing day, I found myself reflecting on the blessings that had graced my life, the unwavering support of loved ones, the kindness of strangers, and the beauty of the natural world that surrounded me. These simple gifts sustained me through the darkest days, reminding me of the boundless capacity of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. In the embrace of love, I found solace and strength, a beacon of light that guided me through the storms of life and illuminated the path ahead. With each moment shared with my beloved, I felt the scars of betrayal fade into the background, replaced by a sense of peace and contentment that filled me with gratitude and awe. But perhaps the greatest gift of all was the opportunity to start anew, to rewrite the script of my life with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of redemption. For in the crucible of adversity, I had discovered the true meaning of grace, the ability to rise from the ashes of my past and embrace the future with open arms. As I looked to the horizon with hope and optimism, I knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges and obstacles, but I faced them with courage and determination, knowing that with love as my guide, I could conquer anything that stood in my way. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken, I embraced the next chapter of my story with open arms, ready to write the tale of my life with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to transform even the darkest of nights into the brightest of days. In the quiet moments of reflection, I found myself overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of blessings that had adorned my life's journey. Each day became a testament to the abundance of love, joy, and opportunity that surrounded me, filling my heart with an indescribable sense of gratitude. I marveled at the kindness of strangers who had crossed my path, offering a helping hand or a word of encouragement when I needed it most. Their selflessness reminded me of the interconnectedness of all beings and the profound impact we have on one another's lives. And then, there were the cherished moments shared with loved ones, the laughter that echoed through the halls, the tears shed in times of sorrow, the quiet conversations that lingered long into the night. These were the threads that wove together the fabric of my existence, binding me to those I held dear with bonds of love and affection. But amidst the blessings, there were also moments of challenge and adversity, trials that tested my resolve and pushed me to the brink of despair. Yet even in those darkest of hours, I found reasons to be grateful, for they were the catalysts for growth and transformation, propelling me ever forward on the journey of self-discovery. As I counted my blessings with a heart full of gratitude, I realized that each experience, whether joyful or painful, had played a vital role in shaping the person I'd become. And for that, I was eternally thankful, for it was through the trials and triumphs of life that I discovered the true depth of my resilience and the limitless potential of the human spirit. With each breath, I whispered a silent prayer of thanks to the universe, acknowledging the abundance of blessings that had been bestowed upon me. As I stepped boldly into the future, I did so with a spirit of humility and grace, knowing that every moment was a precious gift to be cherished and savored to its fullest. As I looked back on the journey that had led me to this moment, I couldn't help but marvel at the cyclical nature of life, the ebb and flow of joy and sorrow, triumph and adversity that shaped the course of our existence. From the innocence of childhood to the wisdom of age, each stage of life brought with it its unique challenges and opportunities for growth. With each passing day, I found myself embracing the rhythms of life with a newfound sense of acceptance and grace. I no longer feared the uncertainties of the future or dwelling on the regrets of the past, but instead, I lived fully in the present moment, cherishing each breath as a gift to be savored and enjoyed. In the company of loved ones, I found solace and strength, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things and the beauty of the human experience. Together, we laughed, we cried, and we celebrated the rich tapestry of life that unfolded before us, knowing that in the end, it was love that bound us together and carried us through even the darkest of nights. As I watched the world around me change and evolve, I marveled at the resilience of the human spirit and the infinite possibilities that lay before us. With each sunrise, I greeted the day with gratitude and humility, knowing that each moment held the potential for growth and transformation. As I looked to the future with hope and optimism, I knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, I would face them with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to conquer all. For in the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, a journey filled with laughter and tears, triumphs and tribulations that shaped the very fabric of our souls. And so, With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken, I embraced the circle of life with open arms, ready to write the next chapter of my story with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of love to light the way. In the grand tapestry of existence, I saw the intricate threads of life weaving together to form a beautiful mosaic of experiences. Each thread represented a moment in time, a chapter in the story of humanity, interconnected and interwoven in the grand scheme of the universe. From the cycle of birth to the inevitability of death, I realized that life was indeed a circle, a continuous journey of growth, decay, and renewal. And within this circle, I found comfort in the knowledge that every ending was also a new beginning, every loss, a chance for transformation and rebirth. As I reflected on the lessons learned and the wisdom gained throughout my journey, I understood that the circle of life was not just a concept, but a profound truth, a reminder of the cyclical nature of existence and the interconnectedness of all things. And so, with a deep sense of reverence and awe, I embraced the circle of life as both a teacher and a guide, ready to navigate its twists and turns with grace and humility. For in the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, a journey filled with love, laughter, and the ever-present possibility of new beginnings. As I entered the twilight years of my life, I found myself reflecting on the legacy I would leave behind, a legacy not measured in material wealth or worldly achievements, but in the lives touched, the hearts healed, and the love shared along the way. With each passing day, I sought to leave the world a little brighter than I found it, to spread kindness and compassion wherever I went, and to make a difference in the lives of those around me. Whether it was through small acts of charity or words of encouragement, I sought to leave behind a legacy of love that would endure long after I was gone. In the company of family and friends, I found solace and joy, a reminder of the bonds that connected us across the generations and the importance of cherishing every moment we shared. Together, we laughed, we cried, and we celebrated the rich tapestry of life that unfolded before us, knowing that our love would live on in the hearts of those we held dear. As I looked back on the chapters of my life, I marveled at the twists and turns of fate that had shaped my journey, the triumphs and tribulations, the joys and sorrows that had molded me into the person I had become. And though there were moments of darkness and despair along the way, I knew that each trial had only served to make me stronger, more resilient, and more appreciative of the blessings that surrounded me. And so, as I prepared to pass the torch to the next generation, I did so with a sense of gratitude and humility, knowing that my legacy would live on in the hearts and minds of those I had touched along the way. In the end, it was not the accolades or accomplishments that mattered, but the love we shared and the lives we touched that truly defined our legacy. As I looked to the future with hope and optimism, I knew that the seeds of love I had planted would continue to grow and flourish, creating a legacy of kindness and compassion that would endure for generations to come. For in the end, it was love that bound us together, and love that would ultimately be our greatest legacy of all. As I sit here penning the final chapter of my life story, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude and peace. The journey that began with the innocence of youth and traversed the peaks and valleys of life's rich tapestry has finally come to an end, leaving behind a legacy of love and a lifetime of cherished memories. In the twilight of my years, I find solace in the knowledge that I have lived a life filled with purpose and meaning, a life shaped by the lessons learned and the relationships forged along the way. Though the road was not always easy, I'm grateful for every obstacle overcame and every challenge faced, for they made me the person I am today. As I look back on the chapters of my life, I am filled with gratitude for the blessings that have graced my journey, the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature, and the simple joys of everyday life. Each moment and each experience has left an indelible mark on my soul, shaping me into the person I was meant to be. And though my time on this earth may be drawing to a close, I take comfort in the knowledge that the love I leave behind will endure for eternity, a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. For in the end, it is love that binds us together, love that gives meaning to our lives, love that transcends the boundaries of time and space. As I bid farewell to this world, I do so with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken, knowing that my journey does not end here, but continues in the hearts and minds of those I leave behind. And so, as I take my final breath, I do so with a smile on my lips and love in my heart, grateful for the gift of life and the opportunity to leave behind a legacy of love that will endure for all eternity. As the final pages of my life story are written, I find myself looking to the future with a sense of hope and anticipation. Though my journey may be coming to an end, a new chapter is about to begin. A chapter written by the hands of the next generation, filled with promise, possibility, and the infinite potential of youth. As I reflect on the legacy I leave behind, I am filled with a sense of pride and gratitude for the love and wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. From the stories of my ancestors to the lessons learned from my own experiences, I know that the torch of knowledge and understanding will continue to burn bright in the hearts and minds of those who come after me. In the faces of my children and grandchildren, I see glimpses of the future, a future shaped by their hopes and dreams, their passions and ambitions. And though the road ahead may be fraught with challenges and uncertainties, I take comfort in the knowledge that they carry within them the strength, resilience, and determination to overcome whatever obstacles may lie in their path. As I impart my final words of wisdom to the next generation, I urge them to embrace life with courage and conviction, to follow their hearts, and to pursue their dreams with unwavering faith and determination. For in the end, it is not the destination that matters, but the journey itself, the experiences shared, the lessons learned, and the love that binds us together as a family. And so as I bid farewell to this world and pass the torch to the next generation, I do so with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbroken, knowing that the legacy I leave behind will live on in the hearts and minds of those who come after me. For in the end, it is love that connects us across the generations, love that gives meaning to our lives, and love that will endure for all eternity. As the sun sets on the horizon and the stars twinkle overhead, I find myself surrounded by the warmth and love of family and friends. In this moment of quiet reflection, I'm reminded of the eternal bond that connects us all, a bond forged by love, strengthened by shared experiences, and enduring over time. As I gaze into the eyes of my loved ones, I see reflections of myself, a legacy of love and wisdom passed down through the generations, woven into the fabric of our shared history. Though my time in this world may be drawing to a close, I take comfort in the knowledge that the love I leave behind will continue to illuminate the lives of those I hold dear. In the embrace of my beloved, I find solace and peace, a sanctuary from the storms of life, a haven of love and understanding. Together, we have weathered the highs and lows of life's journey, sharing in each other's joys and sorrows, triumphs and tribulations. And though our time together may be fleeting, the love we share will endure for all eternity. As I prepare to embark on the final journey of my life, I do so with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken. For in the end, it is not the wealth or power that defines us, but the love we give and receive, the love that transcends the boundaries of time and space, binding us together in an eternal embrace. And so, as I bid farewell to this world and step into the unknown, I do so with a smile on my lips and love in my heart, knowing that the legacy of love I leave behind will continue to shine brightly, illuminating the lives of those I hold dear for generations to come. For in the end, it is love that truly conquers all, love that gives meaning to our lives, and love that will endure for all eternity. As I stand on the threshold of eternity, I am filled with a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that my journey on this earth has come full circle. Yet even as I bid farewell to this world, I take comfort in the knowledge that the legacy I leave behind will continue to inspire and uplift those who come after me. In the hearts and minds of my loved ones, my memory will live on, a beacon of light that guides them through life's trials and tribulations, a source of strength and inspiration in times of need. In the end, it is the love we give and receive that defines us, shaping the course of our lives and leaving an indelible mark on the world around us. As I look back on the chapters of my life, I am filled with gratitude for the blessings that have graced my journey, the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature, and the simple joys of everyday life. Each moment and each experience has left an imprint on my soul, shaping me into the person I was meant to be. And though my time in this world may be drawing to a close, I know that my spirit will live on in the hearts of those who knew and loved me. For in the end, it is not the length of our days that matters, but the depth of our connections, the love that binds us together and transcends the boundaries of time and space. As I take my final breaths and prepare to journey into the great unknown, I do so with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken. For though my physical presence may fade, the legacy of love I leave behind will continue to shine brightly, illuminating the lives of all who cross its path. And so, as I bid farewell to this world and step into the next, I do so with a smile on my lips and love in my heart, knowing that the journey continues and the legacy of love will endure for all eternity.